I am the very proud superintendent of the Greenburgh Central School District. I am also the proud co-chairperson of the 2018 Lower Hudson Valley My Brother's Keeper Youth Leadership Summit. MBK is great for Greenburgh Central School District. First, it allows us to partner with the Theodore Young Community Center, which is the hub of the Greenburgh community. It allows us to work in true partnership to ensure that our young men can truly have great opportunities once they leave Woodlands Middle High School.
The town's collaboration with the school district was very important only because we had to make sure that parents, guardians, school districts know that we are very serious about making the proper investment within our young men. We realize that everyone has a choice in life, but it's up to us to make sure that these young men know their choices so they'll be a success.
Right now, bless this food for the nourishment of our body, sanctify and purify. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. When we first started in 2016, I noticed that a lot of the young men were struggling just to find a direction, struggling to find something that they can call their own.
I was lucky enough to have all the boys in my global history class. And when they were in my class, I noticed they were very spirited young men. So when the opportunity came last year to become involved in MBK, I thought it would benefit for me to be kind of like their mother figure.
Going into the first year of the program, and as it evolved and the young men started to participate, you noticed a level of their anxiety being relaxed. Through the MBK program that we've had this year, we've been able to kind of teach young men how to deal with adversity.
They're much more respectful, they're calm. I could speak to them on a much different level than I did last year. Their maturity level has increased tremendously. They're much more friendlier with each other, and they're calmer with one another.
Towards the end of the year, we noticed that some of the kids' attendance has improved, some of their academic scores have improved, and as well as the reduction in suspension. For the first time in this MBK, we've had over 25 students that made the honor roll this year, which is an accomplishment. A lot of the young men that you would consider at risk really thrived throughout the third and fourth marking periods.
I think I've always had a passion for helping young men of color really understand what the world is all about. So I feel like through my life experience, I have acquired some of those skills, some of that skill set, right? So this is an opportunity for me. And MBK really provides the opportunity for mentors who feel the same way I feel about really imparting the necessary lessons in these young men, whether it be how you hold the door out for a young lady to walk through, or how to talk, or how to speak to people so they take you seriously, and how to seek opportunities to be successful in school, but also in your career later after high school, right? What do you do next? We've set some academic goals that we want them to achieve, right? Some of them may seem challenging, but it's all about challenging them and not having them feel comfortable where they are. The question is, how high can you go, right? And what are the tools that you need to get there? So I think this is a really great avenue for myself to have an impact on their story. So when they tell a story, I hope that I have some little part in how their story changed.
The White Plains Youth Bureau serves 2,000 kids a day. We have programs in every school and every community center in White Plains. And what we have done intentionally is to wrap everything around the MBK experience around every child. Because we know that what we're trying to do is to provide opportunities and pathways so that young people not only graduate from high school, but they reach their full potential. It's helping young people to deal with sometimes the challenge they face with their own internal issues that they face in terms of feeling good about themselves and self-worth, and providing hope and opportunity, helping young people to know that they can achieve. So when you look at data, right, we're looking at graduation rates from high school, we're looking at juvenile justice data, and Commissioner Chung says to us all the time that the White Plains Youth Bureau is the best agency in the city of White Plains.
We've tried to take a basic holistic approach to addressing these young boys to make sure that their lives are inundated with positive activities and that they have positive role models that are in their lives from a number of different vantage points. There have been some very clear and evident changes in basically the mindset of these young men. There is a greater level of confidence in them. I think they are at a place now where they know that there are people in the community that believe in them and that are supporting them. We're just seeing a number of different positive changes that says to me that the program is working and that we are doing what the system has failed to do for so many years.
When I graduated from Claflin University, an HBCU in South Carolina, I knew that I wanted to become an educator. So I needed to take appropriate action. I spoke to Reverend Dr. Jim Bostic. He told me about a beautiful program, the My Brother's Keeper program, but more importantly, he let me know that I would be able to have assistance to attend Sarah Lawrence College if I wanted to become an educator. After thinking about that, and not really believing him, one thing led to another, and not only did I attend Sarah Lawrence College, but now I'm in my second year of graduate school.
I found out about My Brother's Keeper 3 years ago, and that was when I was ending my freshman year and starting my sophomore year. And basically, I was starting to look into careers that I wanted to go in, and I wanted to find different connections that would allow me to reach that goal. And so the following year, I had the opportunity to go to Albany to an MBK forum where I was then inducted as the MBK Fellow for Spring Valley High School here in the East Ramapo Central School District. And I was given a mentor, and so that mentor helps me with all that I have to do with, talks about me with my future, with college, with event planning. At Spring Valley, it's like a brotherhood here where I come and there's a group of young men who are focused, who are ready, who are motivated ready to do their work, ready to achieve their goals. And so I'm surrounded by a group of people who have the same mindset. As my parents used to say, you can't pass up any opportunity given to you because it can only benefit you or advance your cause.
Coming into high school, I've been this really quiet person. I've been to myself. I didn't really want to interact with people from other grades. I kind of have that mentality like you're better than the people in the younger grades, you know what I mean? A freshman coming into high school, I didn't get that guidance, but I realized that I can give that guidance to younger kids. So I've taken it upon myself to kind of say, okay, me being an MBK, I kind of see that you guys are my brothers. Like, I love you guys to death. Like, even if you don't know me, like, I love you. Like, I have so much for you, and I know that you guys are hiding so much passion, but you just need someone to help you push that out.
Well, we've seen quite a bit of changes. Our graduation rate has increased for young men of color in the city of Yonkers. Our superintendent suspension has decreased because over the last 2 years. Our Each One Reach One program, where we're mentoring young men of color with those firefighters and the Vulcan Society, as well as the Black Guardians Association, which are black policemen. They come to our schools to offer mentoring services to young men of color.
So in 2015, when President Obama then issued a challenge to communities to accept the My Brother's Keeper challenge, here in New Rochelle, we took advantage of that, and we were the first in Westchester to really take a look at the 6 milestones. That's entering school ready to learn, that's reading at grade level by 3rd grade, that's graduating high school, that's getting training or going to college, that's being employed. And the last milestone is to make sure that you're free and safe from violence and that you're afforded second chances in life. We found that to be extremely important for our youth here in New Rochelle, particularly our boys, young men of color. I think it's just more of a mindset, it's more of a movement, and it's more of a initiative to get our city government, our school district, to really focus on the needs and desires of boys, young men of color, and in doing so to figure out what resources we have, how we could be allocating those better and more efficiently. And so far we've been seeing tremendous gains in life outcomes and opportunities for our boys, young men of color.
For the Peekskill City School District, and more importantly for the community, it's an exciting opportunity for us to build a bridge with our community, our young men of color. For us, following the original vision of President Obama to really make sure we focus on our young men of color is critically important here in Peekskill as well. Based on the fact that the national data and even internal data show that young men of color are not achieving to the levels of other students and their peers. And so it's critically important that we focus on them specifically to provide them with support.
As we talk about the 6 milestones that MBK is supposed to be supporting, a lot of them can't be touched just by a school district anymore. As you talk about getting to students before school, after school, college, job ready, you need the entire community if you want to make this be successful.
By having this grant, students were able to actualize who they wanted to be, what they wanted to do, and connect with individuals as mentors in our community. We had individuals who want to become actors actually participate in the Hudson Valley Shakespearean Festival, so that our students can realize they can speak truth to power and become who they want to be.
The program ensures that they have the proper literacy skills, that they have the proper training, whether it's college or whether it is a trade training, so that they can lead productive lives once they leave here. And so we're happy to partner in helping to save the lives of the young men of color in this community.